and gentlemen, welcome to Street Talk and Other Stuff. Mike Maddog Magnotti, a week before Christmas. Hey, a week from today's Christmas Eve. That's great. But thanks for being here. Yes, we will be here next week. Okay, I'm not going to let you down or myself down. But hey, this Christmas season, I do mental health work. That's kind of my day job, which is a good thing. I'm not going to quit it. But I had a client come in the other day and say they had a Christmas problem. They said they enjoy the holiday, but it's always ruined for them because every time they see Santa Claus, they get anxiety. So the problem was when they were a kid, their parents forced them to sit on Santa's lap. Kid was scared to death, and he's just been traumatized by it, even as an adult. When he sees Santa Claus or even somebody in a Santa hat, he just has this anxiety attack. So he wants to know if he could help. He wants to even know if this is a problem anybody else had. And I said, sure. You just have a case of Santa claustrophobia. Okay, and so here's some winter advice for you. You know how when you're a kid and the adults still do it, you see them when snowflakes are falling, you try to catch a snowflake on your tongue. Well, just don't do that until you're sure all the birds have flown south for the winter.
Good to know.
And, I've got an unknown Bible story for you. What did Adam say the day before Christmas on the first Christmas? He looked at his wife and said, "It's Christmas Eve."
Wow.
Okay, Street Talk and Other Stuff. Mike, Maddog Magnotti. I got a great guest for you today. It's a great seasonal guest. But Street Talk and Other Stuff, you stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
Everything we do is about delivering very high quality care and keeping our patients safe.
We really work as a team here, and so that's really what makes it worthwhile.
I give 100% every day, and I do that because I work for a company that I believe gives 100% back to me.
The bottom line is we genuinely care about our employees.
It is the most incredible place to work, and you will be inspired every day.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Okay, welcome back. Street Talk and Other Stuff with Mike Maddog Magnotti, and I have got a very special guy today, my good friend Paul Hughes. Paul.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Paul's been here before. I love having him on because he's a good guest. But Paul and I first met when we worked at the Wenatchee PD.
Yes, we were both janitors.
We cleaned up, so to speak.
We did,
but
the streets.
But I really enjoyed Paul and I worked together on the same shift. I enjoyed having him. I'm sure I was a trial to you as a coworker at times.
I'm sure you were.
I'm prefacing that by saying there were times that he was a great cop. He really was. Everybody loved him. He was. You were.
Well, yeah.
You were kind of the St. Paul of the police department.
Well, I wouldn't go quite that far, but no. I tried.
Okay.
Yes.
But now, you left the police department some years ago and you were working for Link for a while, but...
Yeah, 2010 I left the PD.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That was 4 years after I did.
Mm-hmm.
But for the last, 3.5 years, you've been...
The Executive Director of Hospitality Ministries, local homeless shelters here in Wenatchee.
Okay, so a little bit about yourself, though. I know you've been on before, but I think that we've gained 2 or 3 more viewers since the last time you were here. So, some people may not know you as well as
first of
my
all,
other 4 or 5 viewers might. So.
First of all, I'm an old cougar. I graduated in '78 and applied for some job in Wenatchee as a police officer, and lo and behold, they hired me.
A miracle occurred.
It did. And so I moved to Wenatchee.
My story too. So.
Wenatchee in '78 and progressed, and in early '80s started drinking coffee at the hospital on graveyard shift.
You were saying another officer you work with liked to go up to the hospital and schmooze with the nurses, so you kind of went along.
I kind of just wanted to see what kind of coffee they made.
Yeah,
and there was this really cute redhead there behind the desk as a nurse, and about a year later we got married.
Oh, cool, right? And you're still
married 34 and a half years later.
Congratulations, good. Rosie and I just hit 41 in September. So.
Oh, okay.
So good, so hang in there.
Thanks, I'm working on it.
You'll catch up. Okay, so what else? 2 kids?
2 kids. Our oldest son's, our only son is a fireman. And at church last night, one of our...
I'm sorry, I had to apologize to Paul. I'm sorry his son is a firefighter.
Well, at church last night, one of our former officers who attends, I mentioned that, and she said, oh, he's gone to the dark side. The reality is we really like firemen.
Well, you know really why, one of the reasons why God made police officers.
Why?
So firefighters could have heroes.
Well, that's impressive. Yes, that's true.
The guys at the fire department already don't like me, so it doesn't.
That's okay. And our daughter is in her 3rd year of marriage and 7th month of pregnancy.
Oh,
so
cool. This is your first grandkid.
Preparing to be our first grandchild.
Oh, good. Congrats. Like I said, they changed your life.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a little boy.
Oh, cool. Any name picked out yet?
Yes. There
and
is.
what might that be, Paul?
Milo.
Milo, really? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. That's a good one.
It could be.
Did they go outside and yell it a couple times to see how that works? That's what you
I'm
should
not sure.
do
Well,
before you
I
pick a
don't
name.
remember. Well, I do know the middle name. It's the dad's middle name. So.
Which is what?
Joseph.
Milo Joseph.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yelling at the kids down the street, Milo Joseph, come here now.
Milo's one that rolls off the tongue.
Yes,
and
that's
you
a
can do
good
that
one.
with some volume too.
Yeah.
So
get a little.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, congrats. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
good. Grandkids are cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Executive Director of Hospitality House Ministries, tell us a little bit about, give us some history of Hospitality House, what you do, how you got into it, that kind of thing.
Well, I joined the board in 2014, and about 2015, for some reason, they allowed me to be the executive director.
See, what happened was Paul was not at that meeting.
I got voted in, no.
And they needed an executive director, so a miracle occurred.
Yeah, another miracle in my life. So
and when they showed back up, congratulations, Paul.
Thank you. You know, I have a faith in God. Growing up in high school and throughout my life, and that's really gave me some direction and for me personally. But so it seemed like a good fit to branch out in a homeless shelter ministry, which is actually been going for 35 years.
Yeah.
In '83, our founder called him Hutch. Before I was part of it, started at an old hotel in the Appleyard area, 2-story rundown, limited electricity, no running water, had a porta potty on the front stoop there, and I remember as an officer bringing some guys to that place who didn't have a place to stay.
Yeah.
And that was a real rough, hard beginning, but from almost scratch and little support, but within 5 or 6 years, the community came up behind him, and in '93, we were built the Hospitality House, our large men's shelter.
Yeah, that's a big shelter.
Yeah, we have about 70 beds and mattresses.
Okay. Cool.
Another 10 beds without mattresses, but we have about 70 beds and mattresses. We do the anti-bug mattresses, so we do that.
Okay, so it's been there
93.
Since '93, all right. And you've got a huge space where you've got a good full-size kitchen.
Yeah, so we regularly house 50 to 60 men, homeless. Some have been there, a couple of them have been there since it was built.
Really?
Literally, we have one gentleman in his 70s that is sort of retired for us, but all throughout the years, he's done, helped us in the kitchen, helped us do Bible studies. Sure. But most of our men are shorter term, a few months to a year, and they're just in desperate need of housing for lots of different reasons. I mean, you don't want to really stereotype. It's like you don't want to stereotype cops for some reason. Everyone's unique, and Mike is more unique than others. But
such is the theory.
So people are homeless for lots of different reasons. Some it's due to their own choices, addictions and things, but others, you know, there was divorce, they lost a job, they got kicked out of their apartment, couldn't pay their rent that month, and they really didn't have other resources.
Right.
You know, they weren't connected to family, or they're moved in from out of state, and what do? Well, it gets cold in the wintertime, at least except this winter. So we... Yeah, amen. So, but year-round, we offer housing at the men's shelter. Also, we do free meals to the public there. So
yeah, that's it. When did you start that? Because I knew last year you were on. We talked about that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's been part of it since it started.
Really?
So
Okay.
we serve over 35,000 meals, 3,500 meals. Sorry. Every month.
Every month. Okay.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, and toward the end of the month, we get more folks from the community, families, women, children, and certainly men that we provide food for on a regular
And
basis.
people, you know, you could just show up down there at mealtime.
Yes,
and you'll
exactly.
Get fed. And the food's been pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
I've been there a few times.
We have a resident. We try to have a resident that's got a cooking background, and this is different cooking because you're cooking for 50, 60, 80 people, most meals. So but we try to do a sit-down meal, and it's really pretty good. I eat lunch there usually.
Yeah, cool, good. Yeah. Okay, so.
But we also have our women's shelter.
Yes.
The Haven of Hope. I was started about 2000, 2001. It's our women's shelter. We have bed space for 26 women and children.
Yeah, you let children.
Yeah,
women and children.
Moms
there, right?
with their children.
Right.
Is how that happens. We actually have 4 rooms that are set aside for moms with children. And it's an older, it's built in 1912, so it's not a modern facility, but
it's a gorgeous house, though.
Yeah,
and it's in a nice, quiet neighborhood.
Yeah, and so it's been remodeled, much like the men's shelter. Most of the housing or bed space are bunk beds. So, so if you're looking for dormitory-style living, we have a space for you.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah.
So, any other? You know, you have also transitional housing for families as well, right?
Well, we did
maybe
have.
There's been some changes.
We have some changes to that, but one of the things I did want to mention is, up until last spring, we did operate Solomon's Porch, which was like for street teens mainly, and we had to sell the building regarding a debt, and we've moved on, and we trust those. Kiddos have found other resources for themselves. But I do want to mention that we lost access to our website since last spring. A business has been operating it for us. The employee left with some of the passwords. So we are.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. So we are
really?
currently we have 2 people that are working diligently, and hopefully by next month we'll have access. Because
can't you contact this guy and get the? Or is it one of these things?
It's a little more. It's out of my pay scale. I'm not into.
I think I better not ask him any more questions about that.
But I do apologize that we're today starting some radio ads.
Really?
And we're referring, if you want to donate, to check our website. So our website still works, and our donation area still works on that. The information isn't quite up to speed.
Okay, now forgive me for going here.
It's okay.
Okay, and you may not agree with what I'm going to say.
All right.
But that's fine. But
wouldn't be the first time.
No, it won't. That's for sure. Okay, you see these people on street corners working signs. Okay, now a lot of my liberal friends get really angry with me when I say this. But it's true. I have dealt with those folks on a personal basis, both as a police officer and as a mental health professional. Some of them come to me. This is a business for them, okay? Really. I had one gal, actually, I told her I admired her entrepreneurship. She would make signs for other people and rent them out for a cutback of the proceeds.
Wow.
Okay.
Creative.
Pardon me?
Creative.
Yeah, I told her I admired her entrepreneurship, though I didn't exactly like the business she was running. There are legitimate businesses, such as the Hospitality House, where the money you give actually goes to helping people. Now, I'm not saying that everyone out there working a sign is running kind of a scam, but a lot of them are, okay? The majority of the ones I have contacted have been. Now again, you were a cop. Now again, you may not agree with me on this, but if you're gonna donate money, donate it to a operating long-term ministry that is working and has been working. And again, how long has Hospitality House been around?
35 years.
This is a proven resource, folks. This is something that is actually helping the majority of people who are homeless in our community. And the homelessness is a problem, and that's fine. And you guys and other people are really addressing it. And that's where I'm saying your money should go. But hey, we got to take a break.
Okay.
Okay, after you let me have my chance to
Very good.
pontificate.
Very good.
So, but street talking other stuff. Maddog Magnotti. I'm talking with Paul Hughes, who is the executive director of Hospitality House Ministries. He's going to tell us a little bit more about the ministry and how you can help when we come back. But we got to take this quick break. So, stick around. We'll be right back.
Did you know that dental disease is the #1 illness affecting a pet's health? Bacteria from the mouth gets carried into your pet's blood and can affect the heart, lungs, and kidneys. By age 3, nearly 75% of pets have some form of dental disease. Dr. Shauna Bass and the staff at Paws and Claws Veterinary Hospital care about your pets, and good dental care can help your pet live a long and happy life. Learn how to clean your pet's teeth or see what Paws and Claws can do to keep your pet smiling by calling 888-PAWS or see us on the corner of 4th and Island, East Wenatchee.
NCW Life Channel is proud to present the Spotlight on Business. We're going behind the scenes to bring you the story of local businesses throughout North Central Washington. How did they get started, and why are they so successful? We'll answer these and other questions each week with Spotlight on Business, Sundays through Fridays on the NCW Life Channel.
When our customers come to Senior Insurance, again, we're thinking more about the whole experience, and that's why I took a lot of time to design a space like this where we teach people about Medicare. We don't sell insurance, we teach you how to buy insurance, because buying is something you do, and I want folks to be a part of this. So as they're heading out, I hope they feel like they've been educated, they're now in a suitable fit, and I hope they also had a good laugh and a good time.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
Okay, street talking other stuff. We're back. Just relax,
Okay,
Paul.
okay.
With my friend Paul Hughes. Paul's a former police officer with Wenatchee PD. How long were you with Wenatchee PD?
31 years.
Okay, and that was your
31
only
joyful years.
Yeah. And you know what a great guy this was. And I said earlier he was kind of the St. Paul of the department. One time in the squad room, he actually said a cuss word. Okay, I don't know if you remember this. And everyone just immediately went, Paul? And he hung his head in shame while we all laughed at him. We weren't laughing with you, we were laughing at him.
Thank you, thank you.
But
well, I'm also known for some bad puns along the way.
We're not even going to go there, dude.
Okay.
Okay, but you know, did a great job as a cop, but okay. You worked as a police officer, and now
Yeah.
you're pretty much working in the social services.
Yeah, seeing some of the same folks.
Okay.
Not always.
What needs do you see in the community? You know, what are our plans to address them? Not just Hospitality House, but what are some of the things you see? What's some of your vision? What do you see other people addressing that might, I don't know, what are other needs that might need to be addressed? I mean,
well,
that may not be within your ministry.
The city has, for 10 or more years, put together a homeless task force, and they are working in a good way in some of their efforts. We stepped back a little bit from accepting city and government funding because of a little of the direction they were taking.
Okay, now I see you're being careful about what you're choosing your words here. Stop.
Okay.
Say what you really think, because nobody's watching this show
Oh,
anyway.
that's right. Okay. I forgot. This is Mike Magnotti's show.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, is the city's task force doing any good?
you know, in some cases they're doing a fantastic job. In other cases, they're kicking the can down the road, maybe.
Yeah.
But the reality is, what needs to really happen is more housing, affordable housing. And the city's not in a position to finance that.
Right.
Catholic Charities, I believe, has just started working on a building with 60+ rental units that should be opened within a couple years.
I should ask my friend.
And that's just down the street from our men's shelter.
Yeah.
So that's a wonderful thing that Catholic Charities is able to fund. But that's the real issue.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a lot of meetings, but until we get more affordable housing, the housing shortage issue, which is a huge issue.
Right now, it's terrible,
Yeah, there's like 30, 50 rental units available every month for anyone in the valley that wants a place to go to or come in for the first time or change where you are. I mean, you're competing with like hundreds of people for the same area, and the prices are going up because of supply and demand.
Yeah, we have a rental unit behind our house that, you know, currently a relative is living in. But I remember when we advertised it some years ago, because we did have a long-term client in before, you know, the current client. I mean, I had like 12, 15 people, you know, apply for it. And some of them desperate, I mean, begging me, you know. So yeah, and I know they're building a lot of rental units now, but these are all more higher end places that people are going to be demanding
except
higher rent for.
and so that can work to a degree if people are living in less than desirable rental units who can afford to move into the higher ones. Then it does leave space open at the lower end for lower cost entry. So sometimes that movement is good.
Yeah.
If you build a little bit higher end apartments, those that can afford those move into those, and those that can't replace them in the lower end. So that's not a bad thing.
That leaves a little bit of a gap.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what else are you seeing that could be addressed, or could be addressed that isn't being addressed, or could be addressed a little bit better? So,
you know, I think we're doing a good job. We're housing 70, 80 people ballpark every night in our homeless shelter facility. I know Lighthouse Ministries is doing a good job in their facilities.
yeah, because they're able to. They have facilities for both men and women, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So.
And their women's shelters, I think, a little bit bigger than Haven of Hope.
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice facility, East Wenatchee, Grace House.
Yeah.
But we're. So we're trying not to be competitive. Both agencies need ongoing funding to support our work with the homeless.
And there's certainly enough business, so to speak, for both of you to continue to operate.
There is, and a concern might be once Seattle finds out we're making positive growth. I mean, Seattle is, like, I understand, the third largest homeless population in the country.
Yeah.
So we want to take care of the people we have, perhaps without encouraging more to come in droves.
And this is an attractive area. You can't get around it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm talking to my, you know, actually one of the people I really admire, you know, I mean, Paul always have. He's a good man, good family guy. His heart's in the right place. He works hard for this community. If you can help at all, they need cash donations, okay? And you can contact the Hospitality House directly. Their website will work.
For the donation part, and some of our information isn't quite up to date, but yeah, we're still there. We're still Hospitality House and Haven of Hope.
Sure.
And so we have those shelters working, and we have a wonderful director at our Haven, Sienna Renteria. She's doing a great job. But our online donation button and information is correct on our website, hospitalityministries.org.
And as always, maddog@nwi.net. You can contact for more information, how to get in touch with Paul. But again, the end of the year, you're starting to look at your tax statement, what would help you to donate. This is an excellent place. This is an ongoing ministry that's been doing a good job for a long time. But hey, I'm going to talk to Paul a little bit before we leave, but Street Talk and other stuff Mike Maddog Magnotti. After this break, we'll be right back. So.
Only one country could build a truck like this. Designed in California, engineered in Michigan, tested in Arizona, and assembled in Mississippi. Powered by Cummins of Indiana. The all-new Nissan Titan. It's an American classic. Is it on your list? Come down and see us at Town Nissan behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
Family means something in these parts. Family owned and operated means even more. At Rose Tractor, you're buying more than a product. You're buying years of knowledge through multiple generations. At Rose, we have the latest Cub Cadet snow throwers, single stage, 2-stage, and even 3-stage. We have Cub Cadet snow throwers that can tackle any job, large or small. Stop in and let our friendly staff help you find a snow thrower that's right for you. Rose Tractor, quality brands you can trust year after year.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
All right, Street Talk and other stuff. I'm talking with Paul Hughes, Executive Director of Hospitality House Ministries. And again, you know, if you can afford to donate to this ministry, it is money that is going to a good purpose and will be used very wisely. So give it some thought. But Paul, a couple minutes, a little bit of time. Go ahead and encapsulate.
So our men's shelter since 1993, and we're housing often 50 to 60 men there. Plus we're feeding the public there at all the meals at the men's shelter.
3,500 meals a month.
A month,
so
or more,
yeah.
or more, depending on. So people's money runs out toward the end of the month for food and other things, and they're welcome. Also, at our Christmas coming right up, we're having a special Christmas meal, and we're open for volunteers that morning to help prepare the meal, or in the afternoon, we're open to serve from about noon till 6:15 or so. The meal is available all day long, all afternoon long.
Oh, people can show up. Oh.
To either help out, or if you need a meal, Christmas meal, we have turkeys, we have hams, we're in good shape for that.
Good.
So that's Christmas Day.
All right,
Come
great.
down for a meal.
Okay.
But we would like, going forward, we're kind of understaffed, if I would say that. We have 4 staff members, and one of them is our maintenance man. Seriously. So
well, he's the guy who's most important.
Well, he is the most important, but we would desperately love to add a staff member at the men's shelter to better work with the men and provide some spiritual guidance as well as maybe career guidance. We offer Bible studies. We have a church service 8 o'clock every Sunday morning there. I was there yesterday morning, and I'm speaking next Sunday morning. But,
oh, cool.
But we have at the women's shelter, our director there is, because we have fewer residents, she kind of takes on that mentoring role and stuff, and we're really maybe missing that piece in some respects, dealing with our 50, 60 men at the men's shelter. We'd love to add a staff member there, but that will take funding.
Well, Paul, thank you very much. Appreciate you being here. Merry Christmas to you and your family. But hey, Street Talk and other stuff. Mike Maddog Magnotti will be here next week, so we'll see you then. Have a great day. Bye-bye.